So, for the first time in 21 years, the Colorado Avalanche have advanced to the Stanley Cup final. They have won the Western Conference final in a sweep over the Edmonton Oilers with a 6-5 victory in overtime in Game 4 against the Oilers. And no one ever than Arturi Lehkonen for the second straight year scoring the Western Conference Finals winning goal to send his team to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second straight year now. What a game 4 this was, back and forth. Edmonton had the lead there for a while, but you can't count Colorado out, man. They just never give up. They're a comeback team. I've watched Colorado play all season. I've seen them do this. They come back, they fight hard, and it's like their team name says, the Avalanche. They are like a actual avalanche. There is no running away from them because they will just storm back and complete the comeback. And they have a deep team this year. And they finally got over that second round hump, made it to the Western Conference final, and now they're going to the Stanley Cup final, and they're only 4 wins away from lifting Lord Stanley. So if you look at this Avalanche team, let's just recap their playoff run so far that led them to this point. You go back to round 1 against the Predators. That's a sweep there. Obviously, the Predators did not have UC Saros, so you can make a bit of an argument there that if the Predators had UC Saros, maybe it would have been a closer series. But you do have to give respect to Connor Ingram too. He did play hard in that series. And there were games where the Predators did get pretty close to beating the Avalanche. There was pretty close scoring games there. And yeah, then we move on to round 2 against the St. Louis Blues. This was a hard-fought series, The Avs went up 3-1 in the series. The Blues fought back, forced a Game 6, tried to force that Game 7, but the Avalanche closed it out in 6. Jordan Binnington, started the series there. He played great for the Blues there. And then Nazem Kadri fell on Binnington, injured Binnington. A lot of Blues fans were upset about that, and I just gotta say the threats they sent to Kadri and all that, that's unacceptable. There's no need of that in this kind of sport or any sport. And I thought it was awesome that Kadri came back the next game and scored a hat-trick right in front of the Blues fans in St. Louis too. So I definitely don't think it was Kadri's fault. He was going for the puck and he slipped and fell. It's not like he did it on purpose. So, and then Binnington to throw a water bottle at him, a little bit classless there, I thought. But regardless, Binnington did play good though, and also Ville Husso, who came in for Binnington. Ville Husso played great too. The Blues do have a good team. They have a lot of good players over there. Don't be surprised if you see them potentially be contenders in a few more years. They have great 2 goaltenders over there, Binnington and Husso. They played great in that series. But yeah, like I say, this Avalanche team, they're just built different this year. They're hungry for it. You can tell they want it too. If you watch how they are playing this playoffs and how they played all season, you can tell they are hungry for the cup. They want it. They believe that this is their year, and now they're only 4 wins away from achieving their goal. like Nathan McKinnon said against after sweeping the Oilers in the Western Conference Final, he said the job's not finished yet, and they're focused on that cup. And then you go to the series against the Edmonton Oilers. I gotta say, even though this was a sweep for the Avalanche too, I do gotta say the Oilers did put up a hard fight. And one thing I just want to mention real quick is it is about Ben. What a great what a great organization the Oilers are for inviting him to games and making him feel part of their team. You know, he was a big inspiration to the Oilers this season, and I'd love to see them bring him back next season. I'm sure they will. A lot of Oilers fans and just hockey fans in the whole community, we're all rooting for you, Ben. And yeah, I'm sure he's a bit upset the Oilers couldn't do it for him. But he sent out a message there to the Oilers. He said, "Good try, Oilers. You'll get them next year." That's the stuff you like to see from a little kid like that. Give the team a little bit of inspiration going into next season. And everyone loves Ben. I just love seeing the content of him that the Oilers put out and all that. Giving the players fist pumps. And you can tell the players love having them there too. And that's just the awesome thing about this sport is hockey players and organizations do a really good job at that stuff. But yeah, the Oilers, they did fight hard in this series too, you know. That game one, it was like 15 goals scored, the most highest scoring game in the playoffs or something like that. Just back and forth. Colorado would score, Edmonton would score, Colorado, Edmonton, just back and forth, back and forth. This was a crazy series to watch. I really did enjoy watching this series, even though it was a sweep. And I do gotta say, those first couple games, yeah, Mike Smith did not play his best, but near the end of the series there, he stood on his head. This is most likely gonna be his last season. It looks like he's gonna retire from what I'm hearing. You know, he's 40 years old. So the Oilers got a lot to think this off season because they have Mikko Koskinen and he's not ready to be a starter. He's gonna be a backup. So the Oilers will have to get a new goaltending tandem if Mike Smith retires, which I do think he will. I can't really see any other teams giving him a chance at 40 years old. I think this is his last shot. But if it is, what a great career for Mike Smith, you know. I do gotta give it to him. He has had a pretty good career. And, yeah. But the Avalanche advancing to the Stanley Cup Final. I can't believe it. That's pretty crazy. But I've been saying it all season long. I've been saying it from the start of the season. My pick to win the cup from the start of the season has been the Avalanche. I'm still sticking with that. I'm hoping they win the cup, you know. Nathan McKinnon is from my hometown, of course. So I'd love to see McKinnon win the cup and bring it back here to Nova Scotia for his Stanley Cup parade here in his hometown. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, though, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. And if you're new here, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the playoffs. We'll see who advances to the Cup Final to play the Avalanche. Will it be Tampa? Will it be the Rangers? That series is tied 2-2 after last night when I'm making this video. So we'll see who comes out on top of that series. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.